The devil talking that slick talk with a pitchfork, leaving wise men real pissed off. They came in one hand, swinging blades of a sword. The other hand, man, they gave us the cross. We got sucker punched, but in the end, show enough, eating that sucker's lunch. Israel, we in for a fight, so you better knuckle up. Guard your grill, make sure that you bob and weave. It's that fervent heat coming out of World War III. It's the type of bombs make your bones crack and your flesh melt. The fall of Esau, Moab, and Ishmael. I can't wait to see chariots doing fishtails, and we gon' watch this place burn just like a lit grill. They gon' love it.
The cars. Where you from? Where you and your son? You Judah. So you know you are the same tribes that Christ come from. Christ come from the bloodline of Judah. So what is that saying? If Christ was on the earth today, Christ would have been, they would have called Christ the so-called African American. But you're not gonna find African American in the Holy Bible. What you're gonna find Judah, Benjamin, Levi. Those are the names you're gonna find. But in slavery, they put those names on us. Why? That's the only way they could conquer us. They put those names on us to conquer us. So that's exactly what happened. To divide us, divide and conquer. That's how today you got the so-called Puerto Rican, hate the so-called Dominican. Because in reality, they're the same people. But we don't know. Why? Because they put one of us that say, oh, you are African American, you are Haitian, you are Jamaican. Today you got the Jamaican hate the Haitian. The Haitian hate the... Because if you look at in Santo Domingo right now, there's something going on where the so-called Dominican is killing the so-called Haitians. In reality, they're supposed to be brothers. But because they don't know who they are, they've been destroying slavery, they don't know who they are, so they're killing each other. That's how the so-called white man was able to conquer us, divine conquer. He put name, he said, today you got the Hispanic, the so-called Puerto Rican, they hate the dark skin. You see where I'm going? So it's a hatred they put on in the midst of us. Today you got us killing each other. I'm going to give you a quick example. For the past couple of months, what you're seeing is you're seeing a lot of so-called police brutality. Police is killing our people left and right. But every time the cops kill one of us, we go march. But wait a minute. Last year, 500 of us died by other black men. Black on black crime. How come nobody marched for that? So you see where I'm going? So basically what you're saying is it's okay for us to kill each other, but it's not okay for the white men to kill us. That's what you're saying? That makes no sense. Only a crazy person would take like that. So what I'm showing you is until we change the mindset of the black man, if we don't change our mindset, none of those things gonna change. I don't care how much you march, I don't care how much you vote, I don't care how much you hold hand in hand with the so-called white men singing Kumbaya. Nothing will change until you come back to your true nationality, which is what? The Israelite. Because that's what God calls us. Give me Deuteronomy 28 with verse 15. And I'm going to show you why all these things happen with verse 15.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments.
So who's speaking here? Moses is speaking to us, the children of Israel. Because we are the one Moses went to Egypt to deliver. So Moses is prophesying what's going to happen to us. Read.
And his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So Moses, what is Moses talking about? Moses said, if you don't keep God's laws, those curses are going to come upon you. You're going to be a cursed people. What is he talking about? What curse Moses? Because I'm sure when Moses was saying this, just like I'm talking today, a lot of you look like with Israel, we're crazy. I'm telling you, our people was looking at Moses like, Moses, what the hell are you talking about, Moses? We just come from out of Egypt. What are you talking about? They didn't believe what Moses is saying. But Moses said, listen, when you break God's laws, God is going to put curse on us. Today, that's why you see what? We're in the ghetto. We're in the bottom of society. Because we are the true sons and daughters of God. Right. So you got to ask yourself, why we always in the bottom? Why we always one who's killing each other? Why all these things happen to us? Nobody ever stop and ask yourself a question, why all these things happen to us? Because we are under the curse of God for breaking his laws.
That's right.
And until we repent, come back to this, You ain't seen nothing yet. You see how the cops is killing one here, one there? Trust me, you ain't seen nothing yet. Their killing's not gonna stop. Why? Because God is sending a message. God is telling us, black men, get your mind right. You gotta change. Their killing's not gonna stop. It's not going to stop. You ain't seen nothing yet. Because why? We are in the last days. Now, give me verse 32.
Verse 32.
So I'm going to give you some of those curses to see exactly who is Moses is talking about. Because people said, the so-called white man over there in Israel, he said he the true Jews. Let's find out. Read.
Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
One of the curses, Moses said, one of the curses God is going to send against us for punishment for breaking his laws, our sons and our daughters going to give into another people. When did our son and our daughter was given to another people? You forgot about this? Are we so quick to forget about this? Our sons and our daughter was given to another people in slavery. What is that telling you? What is that talking about? That's only happened to the so-called Negroes here in America. That's only happened to the so-called West Indies. That's only happened to the so-called Haitians. That's only happened to these people when our sons and our daughter was taken from us. That's what that's talking about. That's talking about slavery. We didn't have no power to take them back. We don't.
And thine eyes shall look and fall with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thine hand.
So God is telling us, when our children taken from us, we're not going to have no power in our hand to get them back. Because what is that movie? What is that movie? Let's say Kunta Kinte. What is that movie? You ever see the movie Roots? You ever saw when their slave master took his daughter and sold his daughter to another slave master? Did he have power in his hand to get her back? No. He was there screaming, yelling. He didn't have no power to get him back. That's what that's talking about. That's exactly what that's talking about. Because in slavery, you belong to a slave master. All your children also belong to him. He can take your kids, your sons and your daughters, sell them to another slave master far off, and you're never going to see them again. You don't have no power to get them back.
Get televised. Get on TV. Get on TV, goddamn telephone. No, you on TV.
Verse 33. The fruit of thy land and all thy labor.
No, jump to verse 48.
Verse 48. Therefore,
so, I just show you one of the curses that's only happened to who? The so-called black men in America. Who's that talking about? This is talking about us. Read.
Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
So now, the Bible said God is going to send this man against you. Because a lot of us taking that the so-called white man, which is, his name is not white. He's not a white man. His name is actually Esau. His name in the Bible is Esau. So a lot of us taking Esau, wake up one day and say, yo, let's go to Africa and buy a bunch of slaves, bring them here. That's not what happened. That is not what happened. God, read what the Bible saying, what God did.
Therefore, shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
God sent them against us for breaking his law. That was the prophecy. The prophecy is God is going to wake this man up one day. He's going to stand up against you. That's why you see what you see today. And guess what? You see what you see right here today? That's the result of slavery. I'm telling you straight up. What you see, what you're looking at today is the result of slavery. Because why? We've been destroyed as a people. We don't even know who we are. If you ask 10 black men who are, what is your nationality? Now the 10 is going to say, I'm black, I'm African American. Wait a minute, black is a color. African American, that's a name that was put on you. Who told you African American? That was the name that was put on you. That's not your name. What is your true name? What is your nationality according to the Bible? They're not going to know. Because why? Because you've been destroyed as a people. You've been destroyed as a nation. Read.
In hunger and in thirst.
So God said, when you want food, you're going to go to the enemy. And in thirst, when you want water, you're going to go to enemy. Guess what? Water is a natural resource. How come they sell you water, you go and buy it? What is God is telling you? God is telling you, everything you want, you're going to go to them. Even water, which is a national resource, you're going to have to go to them. You got to pay water bill every month, right? How come it's not for free? You see what I'm saying to you? How come it's not for free? It's a natural resource. You should be able to go over there, get your own water, which is free. But no, that's enough. You're going to have to pay water bill. And guess what? If you don't pay, you're going to turn it off. You know what that's called, brother? That's called slavery, brother. You don't even have control over water. So what is that? That's not freedom. That's slavery. Read.
And in nakedness.
Clothes. The clothes you got in your back. Where you get it from? You get it from them. You have to go buy from them. You have to depend on them for everything. Read.
And in want of all things.
God said you're going to depend on this man for all things. Marriage certificate. You got to go to them. School, education. You got to put your kids in their school system. And they're teaching you kids the damn thing, but being a homosexual, that's what they're teaching today in school. Being a lesbian is okay, being a homo is okay. They're teaching you kids the damn thing. Everything you want, God said you got to go to them. Why? Because you break God's laws. Now, you got to come back. Because in reality, that's what repenting is. Repentance means to come back to your true self, to your true nationality. That you are the Israelite. That you are the sons and daughters of God. That you are the greatest man that's ever stepped foot in this planet.
That's right.
That you are more than they say you are. Because what we're telling you right now, don't wait on the so-called white man, which is Esau, to tell you what we tell you. They're never going to tell you. They're going to tell you nobody. They're going to tell you, oh, you're African American, you're a Negro. That's what they're going to tell you. That's what they're going to tell you. But we tell you, brother, you are a great people. You just have to come. You just have to put your mind back to it. Read on, verse 49. Finish that up.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
That is a big clue right there. God leave us. God said, this man is going to put a yoke of iron upon our neck. When did we have a yoke of iron upon our neck? What is it? God is telling you, the people you see today, they are the true Israelites. That's what Jesus is telling you. Who else got a yoke of iron upon their neck? Except us, the so-called Negroes. So what is that? That's a big clue. God is telling you, listen, this Bible is about you.
That's right.
That's what God is just telling you, brother. God is telling you, he's talking about you. Read that again.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
He shall put a yoke of iron upon our neck. The problem is with our people, today we forgot this. We forgot what happened. Because today we got comfortable. We got comfortable in America. Look at our people. You know a lot of our people is okay with this. This is madness right here. How the hell can you be okay with this? This is some crazy stuff going on here. Our people is okay smoking the cigarette, the drugs, the dope, the prostitution, the pimping. Our people is okay with that. What type of people live like that? Let me tell you something, brother. Animals in the jungle don't live like we live. That's how bad it is. The animals in the jungle live better than us. That's how bad it is. But our people is sleeping. They don't see what God is doing. God is telling you, black man, wake up. How long you want to sleep? Wake up. And I'm going to tell you straight up. If you don't wake up to change this, nobody will. We're the one who got to change this.
That's right.
And how? By changing the mind of the people with this. You only can change this with the Bible. That's the only way you can change the mind of the people. The killing, the jogging, the prostitution, you only can change it with the law of God. That is the remedy. That's the solution. But our people open their mouth. That's the white man book. You lost your damn mind. You crazy if you're thinking, listen, this book condemns the so-called white man.
That's right.
So wait a minute. So the white man condemns his own self and his own book. That makes no damn sense. You know how ignorant people sound when they say that? This Bible, brother, is the so-called Negro in America book. That's our book. This is, you know what this is? What did that call? You know this young girl, they always wrote diary? This is your diary. This is what happened to you, what happened to your forefathers, and this is what's going to happen to you in the future. That's what this is about. Read on, verse 49.
The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth.
The Bible said, God says he's going to bring a nation against you from far, from the end of the earth. Because a lot of people thinking, when we get here, we speak English. We didn't speak English. That thing was forcing on us. We didn't speak Spanish. That thing was forcing on us. Read.
As swift as the eagle.
Read that again.
As swift as the eagle.
I got a question for you.
Right there, Deacon.
Where is it?
1 of 4.
What is the sign of America? What is the sign of America? Read that again.
As swift as the eagle.
What was the sign of Spain? The eagle. What was the sign of Rome? The eagle. The sign of America is the eagle. So who the hell is talking about then? So what this guy is telling you? God is telling you exactly who he's talking about. He's talking about this so-called white man. He's talking about America. That's who the enemy is, brother. Read that again. That's what God is. That's a big clue right there. God is leaving you a big clue so you can wake up. Read that again.
As swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
That's why I told you we don't speak English. That's why the Bible says. You see what the God said? God said, "Nation, His tongue you're not going to understand." Because when they show up in the borders of Africa, we didn't understand what they're saying. So God is telling you exactly who He's talking about. That's the clue. That's the clue. Now jump to verse 68.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So God said He's going to bring us into Egypt again with ships. How do we go to Egypt in the first time? The first time when Moses went to Egypt, deliver us. How did we come out of Egypt? Read that verse again.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
How did we go to Egypt the first time we ended up in Egypt? You know how we ended up in Egypt, right? Joseph was in Egypt. And then we come to Egypt. But how did we get to Egypt? When the first time we go to Egypt, how did we get there? Ship. No, we walked there, brother. Walk. Egypt is right next to Israel. We walk. But read that again.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
God said He's going to bring us a second time. That's why He said again. But He said this time you're going to go in ship. What is He talking about? Slave cargo ship.
That's right.
Exactly. But He said, read that again.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt.
What does Egypt mean? So God said, wait a minute. Remember, when Moses was talking about this, Moses just delivered us out of Egypt. But Moses said, God is going to send us again back to Egypt again. What is He talking about? Exodus.
Exodus
I'm
chapter.
going to show you what Moses is talking about. What is Egypt that Moses was talking about?
Exodus chapter 20 verse 2. I am the Lord thy God,
Read on.
which I brought thee out of the land of Egypt,
Read.
out of the house of bondage.
But Egypt means house of bondage. Egypt is synonym for our house of bondage. That's what it means. Go back to that verse.
Deuteronomy 28 verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
God said, Moses said, one of the curses is God is going to send us back to Egypt again, but this time in ship. How do we get to America? How do you get here? Did you walk here? Did you fly here? Did you come here voluntarily? How do you get here? Go ahead, brother, say it. You know the answer. That's how you get here. You forget this? That's how we get here. Slave cargo ships. We were spotted by a bunch of little sardines. We're here. So what is that? That's another big clue who God is talking about. We didn't come here voluntarily. We didn't jump on a plane. We say, oh, I'm going to come to America. That's not how we get here. We were supposed to get here. We was brought in slave cargo ship here. We are the children of the slave trade, aren't we? Well, all of a sudden we forgot about slavery? That's how we got here. Read that again.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Slave cargo ship. That's how we get here. That's how the Negroes get to America in slave cargo ship. Read.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
Moses said, the same way I told you it's going to happen, that's how it's going to happen. You're not going to see your homeland again. What is our homeland? Israel. Jerusalem, that's our homeland. Moses said, you're not going to see your homeland again. Read on.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen.
You're going to be sold to your enemy for bondmen, which is slave men,
and bondwomen,
which is slave women,
and no man shall buy you.
no man shall buy you. Do you know we was the first so-called stock in the stock market? calamity, what do you call it?
Commodity. Commodity.
Commodity in the stock market. We was the first one. Today they trade stock, but there was a time they used to trade Negroes. That's what this is talking about. Now go to Luke. Luke 1 verse 68. Because the Bible says, it just said, no man shall buy you, no man shall save us. Because over the year you got a lot of so-called black leaders ways up in America try to save us. You got Marcus Garvey try to take back, try to say, let's go back to Africa. Then you got Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King was like, let's hold him with the so-called white man, let's hold him with the slave master. Who else? You got Malcolm X. You got Malcolm X. You got Evans. You got Sojourner Truth. You got a bunch of so-called black leaders trying to save the Negroes. But in reality, we become worse. Why is that? All these so-called black leaders try to help us. Why is that we become worse and worse and worse and worse? I'm going to show you who the Savior is.
Thank you. Can I shake your hand?
I'm going to show you.
I know what you're talking about. It's real.
Luke chapter 1 verse 68. Blessed be the Lord God of Israel.
God of who?
Of Israel.
No, of everybody.
Of Israel.
Of the whole world.
Of Israel.
God is only the God of Israel. Who's Israel? The people on his side. Read.
For he hath visited and redeemed his people.
He has visited and redeemed his people. How? By sending Christ to die for our sin. That's how he has visited and redeemed his people. We've been redeemed by Christ. Read.
And hath raised up an horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David.
That's what I told you earlier. Christ come from the bloodline of Judah. Christ is that horn of salvation that Most High God raised up for us, for only us, the children of Israel. The so-called Negroes in Spanish. We're the only one Christ come from. Christ they come to Christian church and Christ come to save the whole world. That's not in the Bible. Christ only come to save you, your family, your children. The so-called Negro in Hispanic in America and Haiti, all over that's who Christ come to save. Christ didn't come for everybody. Christ didn't die for the whole world. That makes no sense. Then Christ himself said, I pray for them, but I did not pray for the world. If he come to save the whole world, how come he didn't say I pray for the whole world? He said I pray for them, for the Israelites. I did not pray for the world. Then he said that. But everybody want to ignore those scriptures. Read.
As he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets.
All the prophets spoke about Christ. All the prophets spoke about the salvation of Israel. All the prophets spoke how we, the so-called Negro and Spanish, going to rule this earth one day. That's all the prophets spoke about that. Read.
Which have been since the world began.
From Genesis to Revelation, read.
That we should be saved from our enemies.
We should be saved from who?
Our enemies.
Who is our enemy? Okay, you don't want to answer that? Where's the sound? Let me have that. No, I want this. Who did this? Who did this to our people? Huh? Squawk loud, brother. Squawk loud. There's nobody here. We the only one here.
White man.
Who?
White man.
Exactly. His name is Esau. In reality, he's not white. He ain't that color of this shirt right here. He's red. His name in the Bible is Esau. Read.
Which?
The enemy. For the enemy.
Alright. That we should be saved from our enemies.
So, who's the enemy again?
White man.
Exactly. He the one who put chain on your neck. He the one who destroy you people. That's the enemy.
Shalom, Israel. I'm Elder Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. YouTube likes to shut our channels down, as some of you have noticed, ever so often. Subscribing to join IUIC will assure you will always stay connected to our YouTube accounts. We want to do our best to make sure this truth gets out. Please click and join our subscriber YouTube channel called Join IUIC to stay linked to all of our videos. So again, please make sure you subscribe to this and join IUIC channel to get your latest updates from all our YouTube channels. Shalom.